r/ask Reddit. What is clearly a scam but is so normalized people don't notice. I just paid for the privilege of setting up my router. My cable company recently started trying to charge me for my router, which I own. I got a notice saying we noticed an error in billing and we will be charging you for the equipment rental starting in December. The duck you will. I have every receipt from every cable or phone transaction I've ever done for that exact reason. I paid outright for my router so I won't be renting their shitty equipment at $12 a month. Now they want to charge me for my own property. After receiving that notice I hopped right onto customer service to get it resolved, and they directed me to their loyalty department because they could best handle it over there. I cut off the conversation and just cancelled my service. Cable companies are pure scum. Must be nice to have other providers to choose from. Mobile game ads that show gameplay of a Call of Duty or Skyrim style game but in reality are just a spin-off of Candy Crush. Don't forget those game ads that pretend to be puzzle games where you pull pins looking at you. Homescapes. r/Doug Homescapes. Rent to own furniture and appliances. There was an episode of Hotel Impossible where the owner rented the couch in her lobby on a weekly basis for years. She could have bought multiple couches with the money she spent on that one couch she doesn't even get to keep. For a hotel lobby I could see that being worth it. Lot of traffic. You'll be trashing your furniture regularly. I don't give a shit if my 10-year-old couch looks 10 years old. Hotel lobby wants all their shit looking pristine. Manufacturers refusing documentation to private repair enterprises and requiring you to get your products fixed by the dealer. Basically, the reason for the right to repair movement. Ah yes, I used to work with John Deere and they were terrible about it. Farmers are looking for older equipment because they don't have those software lockouts. Agreed. When the crop is coming in, it has to be harvested now, not 3 weeks from now. What John Deere wants, tractor brakes. Put it on a truck, ship it to the nearest repair facility, which may be hundreds of miles away, put it in the repair queue, wait until it's fixed, then truck it back to the farm, hundreds of miles away. In the meantime the crop has spoiled. What farmers want, tractor beaks, pull out the diagnostic scanner, check the codes, repair it on the spot, go back to harvesting. Total time, less than a day. For a farming supply company, John Deere doesn't seem to care much about farmers. Ticketmaster. Duck Ticketmaster. Duck Ticketmaster. The Verizon $1 scam. Verizon tacked on a $1 fee onto 8% of their customers' bills each month, so over the course of the year, they did it to every customer. About 150. 000. Their rationale was 50% wouldn't notice and just pay the charge, or would notice and wouldn't spend any time fighting a $1 charge. 50% would notice the charge and call to have it removed. Of those, 35% would get frustrated while on the call and give up. This added approximately $120. 000 to the bottom line each year. 3 total, until caught. Once caught, they paid a $25. 000 fine. That's actually a really smart idea. Illegal but really smart. They don't give a shit if the fine is insignificant. At a certain point, illegal just means you have to pay to do stuff. Those registries that people pay money to name a star. I keep seeing advertisements on FB for companies that will give you official lord or ladyship for like $50, based on giving you the title to a small parcel of land somewhere like Scotland. I googled one of them once, and the first result was a breakdown of why the company is fraudulent and doesn't actually have access to any land anywhere. I bought my friend 1 square foot of land in Scotland through a legit company. They are actually a forest preserve and do this to raise awareness and interest in forest preservation. It is super cute and they send update newsletters about your land. They offer tours as well. Definitely lots of scam knockoffs though. I've seen the name a star thing that was legit through my city's Space and Science Center. The money goes to funding kids programs, but never buy anything off Facebook. That's just asking to be ripped off. Funerals and everything to do with them. The funeral industry has insane pricing. Some of the funeral homes and vendors are even predatory, getting grieving families to pay upwards of tens of thousands of dollars, because that's what the deceased would have wanted. You didn't love your father at all, did you? Was the question that had me slam my fist down on the table. My dad wanted a cardboard box cremation and no memorial. He got a cardboard box cremation and no memorial, with zero upselling from a different cremation service. The state AG got a complaint about the first cremation service. That is some hot garbage. Make sure you go back and leave a Google review for them also if you haven't already done so. People sometimes forget that you can review anything. I am sure I have cost my old bedbuggy slumlords many potential tenants. Printer ink. Buy a laser printer. Expensive upfront. $100, $700, but pennies in the long run. Compared to inkjet, most come with scan copy fax features which come in handy in the work from home era. Edit. Fixed spelling. Added more tips. Thanks for the flair. I did exactly this. Changed out from inkjet to a color laser. Pretty penny up front. Long term cost has been maybe 1% the total cost of using an inkjet long term. I do not like saying never, but I will indicate that I am incredibly hesitant to any plans for a purchase of an inkjet for the foreseeable future. Often, the point isn't the not noticing, but the having a lack of better alternatives. I hate Amazon as a company, but sometimes there is literally no alternative. Duck. Spectrum cable and internet. Duck, I had to get that out. My friends and family are stuck with this company because there's no competition. IDK, if anyone remembers power balance bracelets from the early 2000s. A lot of celebrities and athletes advertised for them and they claimed to improve your balance and overall health. Well, being a rubber bracelet made in a factory, it was all nonsense, but they still sold millions of units before shutting down. A new company owns them now and you can still buy them though. Edit. Yes, lol. I heard about this from a Danny Gonzalez video. Here is the link. https youtube.com watch v = 0xrio eligible. No. They still have things like that. We live in a touristy city and when my in-laws came to visit, my Phil bought a balance bracelet from a street vendor. He said at dinner he could already feel a difference in the way he walked. I love him to death. But, SMH. Mayo, yeah, I remember those. Baseball players, specifically pitchers, used to wear several at a time when they were playing. Then one day everyone stopped. If you tell me the truth, I won't get mad, Mom. Did your mom also pull out that George Washington and the cherry tree bullshit? As a parent, I try my best to temper my reaction if my kids tell me about something wrong they did rather than me finding out by myself. Having to pay $100 plus for glasses. The prices are so high because the industry is used to the markup. Try these websites to get glasses super cheap, like $20. You can upload a picture of your face and virtually try on the glasses. Even the high density glass has become widely available, but traditional stores keep selling it like it was researched just last year. Zenny Optical, Comiable Direct.com. Can confirm. I am currently wearing bifocals that were made by Zenny Optical. Of course, my optician says they are shit, but my wallet knows better. Most mega churches. I remember an interview with Kenneth Copeland talking about how he needed a private jet to spread religion. And now the Lord has blessed him with 2 of them. Must be why he laughs so hard. Listen up, everything is a scam. Everything. But if you send me $19.99 I can show you how to turn the tables on the scammer and get his money. Limited time offer. Send money now. Do you have PayPal? Paying for cable TV. The whole idea of paying was to create a revenue stream separate from that of marketing. There are a few out there. HBO, I think. But generally we pay to access the content and still have to spend 20% of the time sitting through commercials. Then streaming comes in and we're free of advertisements again. For a bit. Now YouTube has tons of ads and other streaming services are talking about adding ads as well. Netflix starts doing ads. I'm going right back to torrenting. Edit to ad because I can't reply to everyone, lol. I either do Netflix or find it free to stream on those weird websites you need ad blockers for. I've noticed their ads are through product placement in their original content. I prefer this way of advertising far better than seeing Flo the Progressive Lady 80 times in one Hulu stream. Edit to add, Duck Progressive, Duck Flo and all of the other progressive characters. And a huge duck you to everyone who works on progressive marketing. A guarantee way to never receive by business. The games at fairs, carnivals. There's a Mark Rober video about carnival games, surprisingly interesting for a video about statistics. It's this one, and yes, it's great. Annual college tuition increases. Why aren't they held to a competitive pricing model as opposed to having to take out a mortgage to go to school? Everyone wants to talk about government paying for college education, but there is no conversation on why is it that expensive anyway, especially when some unis have endowments in the billions that just the interest on those funds could literally pay the tuition for everyone that goes through the door. Update. Wow. This went crazy. Thank you everyone for keeping it to a civil discussion on the topic as opposed to going on political rants. And thank you for the awards, kind strangers. Not only does tuition go up every semester, but the full ride financial aid packages that are 90% loans by the last semester. This happened to me. I got a full ride. Literally the most money the school offered at $60. 000. Graduated with $20. 000 of debt even with grants. Interestingly, my sister got the same full ride 2 years later and it was only $54. 000. Every single person on the internet that sells some sort of millionaire education, it's all bullshit. Every single one of them. They are all ducking lies. Most of them are not even rich to begin with. They fake it enough that some idiots buy it. You are customers to them. Nothing more. You want to be a millionaire? Buy my book and I'll tell you how. You buy the book and it says to start a website selling a book on how to be a millionaire. Reducing a price by 1 cent to trick our brains into thinking a product costs less than it actually is. Or how gas stations take it one step farther to 9 out of 10 of a cent. Bottled water, like Dasani, especially in places like an amusement park that markups the price a shocking amount. Also the average markup of bottled water is 4000%, which is ducking outrageous. BC water is literally free most places. I'm fuzzy on the details, but Warped Tour got in a lot of legal trouble here in Canada because of water. They were in the habit of taking any water bottles or drinks from you when they checked your bag at the gate. Then you get inside and everything costs money. The energy drinks and pop cost less than the water, so most people would buy those instead. One woman bought energy drinks all day because it was a hot summer day, and she wanted to save money for merch. She had a heart attack and died. Now they aren't allowed to confiscate water at the gate. Should be law that they have to make basic tap water available at events like this. Hot MILFs in your area. It is my understanding that they are interested in meeting me tonight. Get in line, buddy. There are 4 in my area right now, and they're really bored. Scientific journal memberships, where academics pay journals to publish their papers, which are then peer reviewed by volunteers, and the journals themselves are then sold by subscription. Not to mention that a huge part of scientific research, breakthroughs, and discoveries are often subsidized by the taxpayer. So even though I helped indirectly fund their research through the net, I can't read the results without a $200 monthly subscription. I'm sure some academic ethicist could probably speak to this issue in more detail than I can. But that's always bothered the duck out of me. Yes, and it's gotten way worse in the last year or two. Ad videos crashing the page and such. Doing your own taxes and paying to use a privately owned software or a service when the government could totally do it for you. Send you the details and ask if it's correct. Edit. I want to mention that I'm in Canada, which is similar to the US in this regard. I use the free version of the TurboTax software and file for free, but they make the free version intentionally incomplete, so I miss out on tax savings. Edit number 2. Thanks for everyone's free tax software suggestions. Simple Tax and Studio Tax sound great. If I was in the USA I would totally use TurboTax Success.com. But everyone should read the site's Tax Avoidance Hall of Fame. Seriously though, I've been procrastinating on my taxes and I'm late for the first year ever. You've saved me with these suggestions and made me feel the anonymous kind of internet famous with the upvotes and awards. Thank you, Red Heart. People in the US calculate their taxes? I mean, don't you get a letter from the government to pay them certain amount of money? No, the tax preparation companies lobby hard to prevent this from occurring. It is a big business. college textbook prices. It's crazy how ridiculous expensive they are, putting even more of a financial burden on students. It's amazing how one of the professors at my school wrote whatever science book we used for that class, and they'd magically put out a new version every semester. So your $180 Gen Chem Ed 6 could only be returned for $5 since Ed 7 had just come out. Edit. To put this in context, college was the first time I saw high-speed internet. PDFs online was not really a thing yet. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.